Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. We're going to get back to more foodie beauty content today. Now, we're taking out the disclaimer for these videos because honestly at this point, I think we know how to critique someone without sending threats or any particular hate towards the channel. Do it in a kind, respectful manner, even if I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I do poke a little fun, but I try to hold our level of respect for people, aka not sending any particular threats to them. Please don't do that. It's not a kind thing to do. But honestly, I don't think we need it. We're all grown adults. We all know how it works at this point. But we're going to be getting into Foodie's one of her newer videos, which is getting lost at Bangkok Central World, one of the hugest malls. What the hell? What is this title? Jesus. Getting lost at Bangkok Central's world, one of the biggest malls in the world. That's giving me an aneurysm. I can't quite. All right, we'll just skip over the title. She doesn't know how to use punctuation, apparently. I mean, neither do I, so why should I criticize that?
Yella, Central World, Bangkok. Hello, my favorite fishies. Starting a vlog with you, because you're cute.
Honestly, I still believe that they should be in a much larger area and not just swimming around in a small concrete pond. It's just, it's sad to look at, honestly, but they are really cute at the same time.
Well, hello, people. Welcome to my vlog. I've decided today I'm feeling a bit better, actually a lot better. So I'm waiting for a taxi to go to Central World in Bangkok, the 9th largest mall complex in the world. Bangkok is known for its large, impressive malls.
Yeah, you definitely could have phrased that better in the title, because I was sitting there trying to figure it out myself, and I was just stumbling over my words horrendously.
And here we are approaching it via taxi, and my gosh, it's intimidating already. And this is just one corner. It looks super large and super packed. Yalla.
Does anyone else think it's kind of weird that she has an anxiety disorder and yet she's willing to go to one of the largest malls in the world, which is going to be heavily, not even just heavily, densely populated with people? Like, that is enough to give me a panic attack, and I'm not even thinking about going, nor am I even close to the area in general.
Now, they do play copyrighted music throughout the mall, so I'll be doing voiceovers with my own light music. And here is the first level I entered into. When I got there, I pretty much was just stunned, looking around like, okay, what angle do I attack? Like,
oh, hell no. I would walk in, see that many people, and then nope the hell out of there.
where do I go? But this little booth here of cute handmade crafted soaps, I love these soaps. I always see these at malls in Bangkok. But yeah, I was just like, where do I go? There's food.
That's also another thing that her and Amber do. They all just randomly touch anything and everything, and then they wonder why they get sick all the time. Like, you are touching things that other people touch, and people are notorious, a lot of people are notorious for not washing their hands, also going out while sick and touching everything. I do not do that for that very specific reason. Like, do not touch random things unless you are wearing something on your hands, and even then I'm still cautious. Also, this is a bit of a weird segue, but I want to ask you guys' opinion on something. When you go to the bathroom, do you wash your hands before you even go? Before you go to the bathroom? Because I did this, well, I mean, I do this all the time, but I did this the other day, and I had a coworker ask me why I do that while I was in the bathroom with him. Not in any particular way, we were just going at the same time, but he's like, why do you wash your hands beforehand? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you wash your hands before you go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, doesn't everyone? And he's like, no, most people wash their hands afterwards. I was like, yeah, well, I do that too, but if I'm going to be handling certain parts of my body after I've been out in public and I've been touching random things and I don't know where people have been touching or what have they been touching and germs and stuff like that, wouldn't you want to wash your hands before you touch anything else on your body? And he's like, no, that's just weird. And I'm like, no, that's absolutely disgusting. Why would you not wash your hands beforehand? And I've asked every single person I know, and every single person is just straight up flabbergasted over the fact that I wash my hands before I go to the bathroom and then after I go to the bathroom. I can't be the only one that does that, right?
There's these food-shaped soaps. There's just so much going on. And it's just like a stimulating overtime every single sense. When you walk in here, it's huge. You don't really know what to do.
Yeah, without a doubt, I would have had 3 mental breakdowns before I even got to that area. So respect for her being able to do that stuff, because I can't handle that many people in one area.
So I'm just kind of like wandering around a bit, just, having a look and admiring all the different smells from all the different food booths, which I will get some food later.
Jesus, Foodie, I understand that your entire channel is about food and you have an ED, but like, can you give it a break for 2 seconds and focus on something else?
But yeah, I really just, for this first clip, I had no idea what to do. I'm just looking around, and a lot of it was just looking around and kind of window shopping and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, window shopping is pretty much looking at items without the intention of buying it, so that would be classed as looking around. So you said that 3 times now.
Coconut booth caught my eye. Love fresh coconut water, juice, whatever you call it. And they had some durian on this floor. Basically just a lot of food. There's a few floors in this mall, from what I understood, that were, with just contained tons of food. Tons and tons of food.
I can understand and empathize with Foodie and Amber about the bed, because I also have it too. I can understand what it's like to be hyperfixated on food. The problem, however, is where I try to distinguish myself and them, is that I never been someone who actively puts myself in a position where I would binge. Like, it would always be something where I would grow up, there would always be a lot of junk food in the house. Not blaming my parents, they tried to teach me moderation. I have a disorder. It wasn't their fault. It was my fault. I would binge on food. I would live with other people. They would bring binge food into the house. It's not their responsibility for me to take care of myself. It is my responsibility. I never addressed the issues in the first place, so I had to put myself in a position where I was like, all right, other people are going to eat unhealthy food around you. You need to take responsibility for your actions, and you need to stop putting yourself in a position in which you are going to actively binge. So I was like, all right, from now on, I'm going to remove myself when they eat. So when they are eating unhealthy food, I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave. And I'm going to sit in another room and focus on myself and do something else instead of focusing on the food. That helped me overcome my disorder for the most part. I still have my days, but, for the most part now, I've really focused so heavily on removing myself from the situation in order to better myself, so that way I could overcome my disorder. I'm not going to actively go to one of the world's largest shopping malls knowing full well how many restaurants and food stores are going to be there. Like, that is a recipe for disaster, and that's kind of the point that we really drive home with Foodie and Amber. It's like, why put yourselves in that position in the first place? And then they kind of really try to take the nuance out of it by saying, well, I have an ED. Why are you judging me so harshly for having an ED? Like, no, we're not. We're judging you for doing something that causes you to binge because you have an ED. Like, we're not judging your ED, we're judging your actions, which cause your ED to, to rear its ugly head, essentially.
So you have like a market here, looks like, with fresh durian, fresh fruit. I love the decorations, the lights, the lanterns. Gave it a really cool feel. Just a lot of food booths, basically. I was actually on a mission on this trip.
I really hope she's not about to say it's a specific type of food she's looking for.
I really wanted to get a good charger at a proper Samsung store because I use Android. I don't know for how long, but that's here nor there.
All right, I'll give it to her. I honestly thought she was going to be talking about a certain bakery or restaurant, but she's talking about a phone charger, so I'm not going to shit on her. I'll give her that. That's actually respect for her. That being said, I don't know what the issue with like iPhones between Androids are, because like Androids are way more advanced when it comes to anything in general when it comes to the phones. Like, iPhones are weaker because they've done stress testing to see that, the difference between capabilities of iPhones and Androids. They are much weaker. Their softwares cause so much issues and bugs, especially the newer ones that haven't been tested yet. And then there's also features that the Androids have that the iPhones haven't had, and they've had them for like 5-6 years. So like, they're playing catch up, and you're essentially just paying for the brand for the iPhone more so than the Androids, because usually the Androids are even cheaper too. Like, I don't know. It's sort of like paying for a luxury brand, honestly.
And I wanted to hit a Clinique booth, and this is one of the hugest malls, right? So easy to get lost. I had no idea where any of these stores were, so it was an adventure for sure. There are 7 floors to the main
Oh, I love that design. That is actually really nice. That is so sleek. That is amazing design right there.
central world building, as you can see. Kind of dizzying. Look at this toast. This is my expression in my mood right now. During that time of the filming anyway. I love the stationary things. I always love having like little calendars and agendas. And I just love all these little cutesy little stickers and things that they were selling.
I think that would be more for, you know, aesthetic reasons than functionality, because I'm trying to think of it and you go, well, you don't go to the doctors unless you really have to. You don't have family or friends over in Kuwait, and you don't really do anything by yourself. So it's not like you actively need a calendar or a notepad to remind yourself what to do and where to go.
Seemed like some kind of like book or agenda store, something like that. The cat company thought was really cute. Little stickers for your agenda. Always nice to do if you're like into journaling and stuff like that. Seemed to be the case here. And yeah, let's walk out.
It sounds like she's just figured out what a supply store is. She's like, this is the intended purpose is to sell writing implements. Like, yes, that's the point of a supply store. Like, have you ever been to a bookstore or like an Office Works? Like, yeah. You go to an art store, they're gonna sell paints and stuff too. Like, there's such a weird way to phrase it.
Into the middle of the mall part here. Again, very busy. People riding suitcases. I doubt the weight limit is like 160 plus kgs or whatever I weigh right now.
Or plus, it's definitely the plus. Like, I know she says that she's only about 154 or something like that right now, and I don't believe that for a second. I really don't, because at my highest weight, I was 142. And yes, I'm technically, I believe, she says she's 5'4", so I'm 5'11", so I'm assuming I'm 6 inches higher than her. So I'm just saying there's like a bit of a height difference, and I am male, so it's going to be a bit different with muscle and, you know, weight distribution and stuff like that. But even so, like, there wasn't a massive difference in weight between what she is and what my highest was, and did not look like that. Like, I was overweight, and you could definitely tell I looked a type of way, but I certainly did not look the way Foodie does.
I don't know, but maybe I can make a plus size moving suitcase. That would be an idea.
They do have a variation of that. It's called a mobility scooter.
And so, yeah, anyway, as you can see, the mall is very, very large, very beautiful. I don't know, I'd say quite on par with the Middle East malls, but they're a bit different. But they are both very large and impressive.
To be completely honest, I haven't actually watched a lot of Foodie's content in about a year. I only really came back after I made my channel, so I don't know if she has shown us the malls or not in the Middle East, but I would like to check and see. I'll probably have to do that and just do a bit of a comparison. I think that would be pretty cool to do for a video, but I'm definitely going to do the retro react soon.
Alright, after quite a bit of walking, I finally found the Samsung store. Found a really good 45-watt charger, so I am super happy with that. And Salah, my dear husband, I know you would love this super dry store.
Alright, so I had to look it up, and I was kind of confused because I had no idea what it was. Apparently, it is a Japanese and American-inspired graphics in a British style, so that's actually really cool. And apparently, they got a couple in Australia too, and the reason why I had no idea what it was because the closest one is the Gold Coast, which is about 3 to 4 hours away from me, and then the next one is Sydney, which is way further. So unless I'm ordering online, we're definitely not getting any of that.
So I hadn't had anything for breakfast, so I decided to get some lunch, and I started off with a lemon iced tea, which was super refreshing. And then guess what I had? You'll never guess. By the way, the restaurant is like really, really aesthetically pleasing. Very, very nicely decorated. And yeah, boom, pad thai with shrimp.
Even as someone who hates shrimp and prawns, that actually looks like really good food, and I would give that a try, just even for the sake of it. I don't hate the taste of like shrimp or prawns, I just don't like the texture. It's like really off-putting for me, but I would honestly give that a try. That looks really good. And it's not a half-bad serving either. Like, that would be a really good meal until dinner time, which, I mean, I'm saying that as if she's not going to binge in between that, but if you ate that and then had a small dinner, I don't think you would have a bad day. You would actually feel pretty good after eating all that. That'd be a really good meal.
I've almost eaten pad thai with shrimp almost every single day since being in Thailand. But I mean, it's Thailand. Get it in now while you can, you know?
I'm going to say something that's going to sound really bad, and it kind of is, but like it is just the truth though. When you go to another place in the world, like take Japan for example, if you go to Japan and you get really, really good sushi, and then you come home and you try the sushi where you live, it's not going to be the same, and it's going to be almost like a poor imitation. Oh, I feel so bad for saying that. But it does though. It feels like a very poor imitation of Japanese sushi, and you're just like almost disappointed when you try it when you first get home. You're like, oh, it's not the same. And I know that it sounds really bad, but it's the truth. It really is.
And on the other side of the restaurant, there's like this little area. You can walk around, a big panda, and you can look outside. And there's a huge Big C supermarket, which Big C is a popular supermarket chain here, like for groceries and home goods and stuff. But yeah, overall lunch was 10 out of 10. And speaking of food in Central World,
Oh no, not the Haagen-Dazs.
there is so much food. They have, like I said, dedicated floors to food, and including the top floor. Bloody Bunny and Dark Rabbit. Never heard of this brand. Have you guys? Very interesting. So, as I was roaming around trying to find the Clinique, I came across a bookstore, Asia Books, and I haven't been in a bookstore in years.
I mean, let's face it, none of us was surprised that she hasn't been in a bookstore in years.
And I just forgot how much I love like the novelty aspect of bookstores. They have all kinds of like cute stationery as well. And my 12-year-old self would have loved these stickers. Look at these. I used to love collecting stickers, including these Pip stickers. I would have loved them. Oui, oui, the baguettes.
I want to preface by saying that I'm not an artist by any means. In fact, I have little talent, but I like to do emotional painting when I'm kind of like frustrated or annoyed or something like that. Well, just get, my feelings out into a canvas. It's a really good way to be very therapeutic and just get your emotions out. That way you can deal with other things in your life. But something that I am incredibly jealous about is the fact that Asia has such good art supplies for essentially next to nothing. Like, some of it is a little bit more expensive, but for the most part, so much cheaper than anywhere else. Like, Australia is really bad for pricing when it comes to that type of stuff.
So I just had to browse around at all the cute stuff, but I didn't end up buying a book. So, didn't find one I wanted. Then I came across this other huge, huge food court. Like, look at this cute little durian stuffy. But yeah, it was this huge, huge food court that was just so crowded and packed, and so I dipped.
Honestly, Foodie, I felt that on a spiritual level. I would have dipped too.
All right, time to get movie tickets. My movie was at 7. I was seeing Alien Romulus. This is a bed. They have theater beds in theaters here, but not at this particular theater, but that might have been an example of one. I don't know. Anyway, off to get some snacks. Yes, a drink and a popcorn.
I mean, yeah, the drink and the popcorn's fine, but please don't get anything else. You don't need it. Like, really, honestly, you're doing really good with the meal. Don't go overboard.
All right, and the movie theaters themselves are upstairs. So, a couple of floors, I think. So, it was kind of confusing. It's kind of like a little maze. The theaters are on like different floors. I was, according to my ticket, in Theater 8, and you just had to keep, it felt like forever just going up escalator after escalator after escalator to get to your particular theater. And here I was like just kind of like confused, like, are the theaters on this floor? Like, am I going the right way?
Honestly, yeah, that would be extremely confusing because the only one that I can think of is like a double complex, which is functions as two. It's like one individual theater, but it functions as two separate ones on each floor. So one has tickets for one set on that floor, and then the one above also has a concession stand that sells you tickets on the other floor. So it's like it's one big complex, but it functions as two different theaters. So if you have a concession stand but then you have 5-6 different floors, yeah, that would be extremely confusing.
And then I realized I have to go up another escalator. So I was like, okay, the theater must be, now on this floor. But no, 3 to 9, mine's an 8. So down another corridor here, as you can see. And I really want to see the movie Oddity, by the way. So I sat in a seating area. I had 20 minutes till my movie started. And I just got a Coke Zero here. I think this is advertising a Thai movie. And I got cheese popcorn. They have cheese popcorn. I've never been to a theater except for Bangkok that has cheese popcorn.
I've tried different types of cheese popcorn, and every single one of them has been absolutely disgusting. And like, don't get me wrong, I love cheese. I hate cheese popcorn. It is just horrendously bad. But honestly, that serving isn't too bad. She means her day could still be good if she doesn't binge on anything else.
And it is delicious, let me tell you. There's going to be a Joker movie with Lady Gaga. That is going to be very interesting, to say the least. And I arrive at a totally empty theater, for now anyway. And I paid a bit extra for a premium seat, just a bit more room. Looks pretty nice. And of course, it reclined, so very comfy.
There was this one particular movie theater that I used to go to a lot, and like even by myself, and a lot of people don't go to that one because a new one opened up, but that one's recently closed down, which I hate. And even though it didn't have the luxuries of the new one, I still liked that one because I could go in even when a movie first comes out and no one would be in there. And I love that. When you have an entire movie theater to yourself and you don't have to worry about other people annoying you or just doing inconvenient things that really distract you from watching a movie, it is so nice. It is so peaceful.
And after the movie, I rushed before Clinique closed, but I found it. I finally found it. It took a while, but I found it. And I'm here to try the skincare again. I used to use it, so wish me luck. We'll see what I get. And the haul part will be back in the hotel, so let's head home. And on the way back, as you can see, of course, rain and lots of traffic. And of course, a ton of 7-Elevens. Honestly, overall, I was proud of myself for all the walking I did today. So yeah. Alright guys, so we're back here at the hotel. I stopped at the 7-Eleven to get some water, some more vitamin C drinks.
I knew it. I friggin' knew it. I knew as soon as she mentioned the 7-Eleven, she was gonna stop. She couldn't just drive by. She had to stop.
Care Bear water. Oh, and today, before I went to the mall, I got some chesty cough syrup from the 7-Eleven pharmacy. That's all. Like, she looked confused when I asked her for, like, cough medicine. Like, she's like, I have, like, only a couple things, so... Anyways, yeah, I got some of that. I don't know if it works. It tastes like crap, so, well, you know, that's like all cough medicines.
Knowing you, Foodie, you'll probably just drink it if it tasted good, so thankfully it doesn't. That way you won't be, you know, chugging it in the middle of the night.
And okay, so I picked up a few things at the mall, and I don't know how I walked so much today, but... I think it's because I didn't have a choice. I got lost all the time in that mall. Like, I even got lost going to the bathroom at the movies. It was like a big maze to get there. Like, I don't know. Anyways. And it was, yeah. It was an experience. It's a huge mall. Like, I'm not used to malls like that, man. I come from Cornwall. We have the Cornwall Square, which is so small, but I kind of miss just saying, I'm going to the mall, and it was so easy. There's always parking, you're not bumping into anybody. It's a peaceful experience compared to big city malls. And Thailand has, I think Central World is the 9th biggest mall in the world. And of course, me being in not so good shape and just getting over being sick, which by the way, I'm not even blowing my nose at all anymore. That's amazing. So, you know, I was just like, wow, what a great idea. But I needed some things, and I'm tired of telling myself no when it comes to moving. So here we go.
Honestly, yeah, going and get some exercise while walking around the mall is a really good thing. Going to that particular mall, probably not a good idea, especially being as big as you are, because you're probably going to hurt yourself from all of the walking around you did. But I'm not going to complain. I think that's actually really good that she's getting up and moving. You know, it's always the best thing to do is just, you know, make sure that you keep your muscles strong.
I picked up, finally, you don't know, this looks like just a basic item. 45-watt charger. I could kiss this. I could kiss this. You know why? Because right now, I picked up this cheap charger, and I haven't had an original Samsung charger forever. And I know that now I can charge my phone in probably an hour. So yeah, they had 25 watt, I got 45 watt to make sure that I need to be able to charge my phone fast.
Honestly, good for her to be a little bit proactive and get a phone charger that you need in order to charge your phone faster in case there is an emergency or something, because last thing you want is a dead battery when you need help.
They did give me a VAT receipt for a refund at the airport, so I'm going to get some of the money back. If you spend a certain amount of money, I think it's like over 5,000 baht, you get some of the tax back when you leave, when you get to the airport before you leave the country. So I guess we'll have money for the next time we come.
That's actually pretty interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, obviously, because I've never flown anywhere, I wouldn't know, but that's definitely really cool to have if you get part of the tax back after you leave, or essentially leaving the country.
Like I said, the next time we come, something like PP Islands or something else, like the islands maybe. Okay, so I want to revisit Clinique skincare. I remember back in the day, their 3-step cleansing system was all the rage, and I don't know if that's still the case, but I guess I'll find out. So I just got the 3 basics. It's like the cleanser, so I'll show you that. But it used to be a bar of yellow soap. Do you remember that? So it's liquid facial soap. Yes, I have a few different cleansers that I use. Like I have some, I have a cleanser, I have an exfoliant from Lush, and I have that Bioderma I'm trying to get through, but I'm gonna try this. I get bored, I don't know, I can't stay with one skincare product.
So fun fact about me, I have super sensitive skin, so listening to her talk about it so nonchalantly is crazy to me, because like anything can set it off, and I mean it is extremely bad. Like I will get severe rashes, it will swell up, it gets extremely itchy, it burns really bad too. So like if I get touched with certain type of soaps, conditioners, shampoos, body washes, colognes, perfumes, deodorant, certain types of like laundry detergent, washing up liquids, softeners, bleach, like any type of chemicals or anything like that, it can like burn like crazy. There's also the fun fact, I'm an animal care attendant, so if I'm washing cats or dogs or any type of animal, I have to walk in with a gown on, gloves, mask, face coverings, all that type of stuff. I look like I'm about to go visit patient 0 in a hospital just to wash an animal, and it is funny. And it's even worse when you know that a lot of the animals are animals that come from like neglected places or abuse cases, so they're not going to want to be washed. And so when you have to try and struggle with that and then they shake on you, it is a recipe for disaster. Thankfully I have really cool workers that will do most of that stuff for me, but there are occasionally times where I have to do it, and it does happen, so it is a bit of a misery thing for me. But for the most part, as long as I use like hyperallergenic stuff and like wear full-length gloves when I'm washing dishes and stuff like that, I'm usually good.
Then I have a clarifying lotion, alcohol-free, more because it's more for sensitive skin. And this is like the toner that you would use. So you use it twice a day, I guess. So, yeah, there that is.
Oh my god, this woman. I just use it twice a day, I guess. Like, read the instructions on it.
And they're dramatically different moisturizer. The one they're known for, that yellow one they've always had. So, moisturizing lotion. All right, so we'll see how this works on my skin. I hope it works well because it is pricier products.
I'm pretty sure she's all like Amber, where she'll try things that are considered trendy or used to be trendy instead of really focusing in and checking the ingredients and what's best for her skin type. Like, she's just gonna use whatever people say to use.
Obviously. So, what I love about Clinique and I get most excited for is if you spend over a certain amount of money, they always have these cute sample packs they give you. Have a great skin day. You too. So the Clinique here, we have this. And I'm really excited to try some of these. There we go.
Oh, that face.
Items. So, okay, what is this? Even Better Clinical Radical Dark Spot Corrector. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Dark spots? I don't know.
I mean, the name is self-explanatory. It corrects the dark spots on your skin that darken over time, like under your eye bags and stuff like that. It's going to allow you to really lighten up those areas so that way it matches the rest of your body again.
Like, what does that mean? Like freckles? I don't know.
How does this 40-year-old woman not know what a dark spot corrector is? Like, no, it does not get rid of your freckles. What the hell is wrong with this woman?
This little, a little booklet maybe that tells you about the products. I'm assuming. I'll read that after. You have this Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. That sounds cool. Okay.
I would like to believe that she knows what a cleansing balm is for, but by the looks of her face and the way she's acting, she has no clue what the hell that is for.
Then you have a Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. Might try that. Yeah, I might try that tonight.
Foodie, I beg you, please, and I mean this sincerely, please never, ever, ever say that again with that voice.
And we have a little mini liquid facial soap. So that's cool. And this color of lipstick. I don't know. It looks dark. In the shade... Oh, it's the frickin' Black Honey I've been wanting to try. Get Out of Town. I'm not going to try it now. Should I? Okay. Oh. It's gorgeous.
What the hell am I doing with my life? I'm watching some random 40-year-old, 500-pound woman alone in a hotel while her husband is in another country, probably chatting up some woman, watching her put on makeup. Like, why am I doing this to myself? I could be doing literally anything else.
And it's moisturizing. Oh, I love that. Okay, repurchase. It's really moisturizing. Okay.
I could have been a doctor, a lawyer, a judge. I could have been any of these things. I could have been something amazing. And yet here I am on a Saturday night watching a 500-pound woman put makeup on. How the hell do my parents even say they're proud of me?
I like it. So I'm gonna put that back. And I'm gonna go have a shower. OMG. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, but that felt good, like getting all that exercise in that I have not been getting. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go have a shower, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Alright guys, that's going to be the end of the video too. Existential crisis aside, you know, I think this is good enough. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life anymore. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.